It starts with the leaves. They lose their shape, the stems go limp, and the entire plant begins drooping toward the floor. You've kept up with the watering and made sure it has plenty of sunlight, yet the collapse continues day after day. When we see this, our immediate instinct is to grab the watering can, assuming the plant is simply thirsty. But often, the plant is struggling because of those very efforts. Most wilting isn't caused by neglect, but by trying too hard in the wrong direction. This physical collapse follows a specific set of physics. It's a response to a change in the environment, even if that change is happening where you can't see it. Misidentifying what the plant needs and blindly adding more water is the fastest way to turn a temporary slump into a permanent loss. Look at the plant as a pressurized water system. Every cell is essentially a microscopic balloon. This is turgor pressure. Packed with water, they push against outer walls, keeping the plant upright. Wilting occurs when pressure drops. Cells lose water, deflate, and sag. While a lack of water can cause this, the most common reason the pressure drops is actually overwatering. When soil stays constantly saturated, the water pushes out the oxygen the roots need to survive. Without air, the roots begin to rot. As they decay, they lose their physical ability to pull moisture from the soil and move it up into the plant. This creates a strange contradiction. The soil is soaked, but the plant cells are empty because the intake system is dead. This is why an overwatered plant looks identical to one that hasn't been watered in weeks. By flooding the soil, you've essentially starved the plant of hydration, breaking its hydraulic system from the roots up. While too much water is a common culprit, the plant also struggles when the moisture levels are inconsistent. Swinging between bone-dry soil and a sudden flood creates what's known as the yo-yo effect. These jagged shifts in moisture create a cycle of shock that steadily weakens the root system's health. Maintaining that internal pressure also requires energy, which brings us to sunlight. Light is the fuel for photosynthesis, the process plants use to create energy. If there isn't enough light, the plant can't power the movement of water into its cells, causing it to wilt even if the soil is damp. On the other hand, excessive heat creates a different kind of pressure loss. High temperatures cause water to evaporate out of the leaves faster than the roots can replace it. This is why plants often slump in the middle of a hot afternoon, even if they have enough water in the pot. Other factors, like a lack of drainage holes, which trap toxic salts, or the physical shock of moving to a new pot, can further disrupt that delicate internal balance. The plant is reacting to an environment it can't keep up with, whether that's a lack of oxygen in the soil, a lack of energy from the sun, or a physical move that disrupted its stability. To fix the problem, you have to look for the evidence the plant is providing about its environment. The most reliable way to check the moisture levels is the 1-inch test. Stick your finger an inch deep into the soil. If it feels dry at that depth, it's time to water. If it's still damp, the plant has enough moisture, and adding more will only risk rot. Ensure the pot has drainage holes at the bottom so excess water can escape, preventing the roots from sitting in a stagnant, airless environment. If you need to change the lighting, move the plant gradually. They need time to rebalance their internal pressure as they adjust to new conditions. When you align the water and light correctly, the cells fill back up. The drooping leaves firm up, the stems become strong, and the whole plant returns to a rigid, upright posture. Once you understand how turgor pressure works, you stop guessing. You can provide exactly what the system needs to stay balanced and healthy.